satellite known, in English smiley face, that the machine is sent to outer space, to begin after arriving to rotate around the Earth or about any other offense, and contribute to satellites in the discovery of the universe. History of artificial moons. The Soviet Union achieved achievement as the first of its kind in the world when it launched the industrial Sputnik satellite 1 into space on October 4 in 1957. Is Sputnik 1 the first satellite in the world, where he weighs 83 kilograms and approximately size of basketball, was needed to orbit around the Earth's orbit elliptic for about 98 minutes. The payment of this achievement to the competition between the United States and the Soviet Union in space-related studies, apart from the composition of a major development in the fields of military, political and technological uses of satellites. There are many benefits and important uses of satellites, and among the most prominent of them is what comes. Solar system exploration. Spacecraft have been sent from Earth with the aim of exploring the planets of the solar system by placing them in special orbits to orbit around the planets and form satellites for them, and many satellites have been sent to explore the Earth's moon, and among the most important satellites are the following. Galileo, it is the artificial moon that orbits around the planet of Jupiter. Cassini, it is an artificial moon that orbits around the planet Saturn. Magellan, which is the artificial moon that orbits around the planet of Venus. Determination of geographical locations. The Global Positioning System provides identification, GPS, to specify the destination accurately in any part of the globe, thanks to a group of interconnected satellites orbiting around the Earth. Meteorology study. Special Information Satellite collects weather and updates continuously to monitor climate conditions of the Earth's atmospheric air potential fluctuations, so by storing information on special devices. And despite the fact that stored data are available in an accurate and timely manner, however, it can only be relied upon for 48 hours later. The study of the universe. The satellites provided many cosmic information and images, and the images provided by the Voyager satellite series of planets are among the first images taken from outside Earth, and the Hubble telescope also provided clear and accurate cosmic images that surpassed those provided by any terrestrial telescope. Reasons why industrial moons did not fall to the ground. There are many reasons that prevent industrial moons from falling on the ground. From it does not come. The reasons for the failure of the industrial moons to fall on the ground include many reasons that prevent the fall of the industrial moons on the ground. Rotational speed. You can imagine the satellite that the body does not affected only the force of gravity, and is Kármán line actually at an altitude of 100 km limit that begins industrial after satellites swim in space, however, not the fall of the satellite on the ground is linked to fast large rotation in excess of 8 km per second. Rotation in distant orbits. Objects close to the atmosphere are at risk of falling due to the force of attraction of atmospheric particles to them. This leads to its slowdown and eventual fall, as the satellites are sent to orbits far from the atmosphere due to the lack of particles that limit their speed. Rotating in certified ranges. There are multiple orbits around the Earth, some of them are located in a low range within an altitude of between 160 to 2000 km and are called low Earth orbit, as most of the satellites operate in this area and the International Space Station orbits in it, and it should be noted that all the satellites that carried people on board were within this altitude except for the Apollo programs aimed at the Moon. What are the parts of the satellite? Satellites vary in their sizes, shapes and components, and each satellite is created to carry out its own mission in space, but the different satellites share specific parts, which are antenne. L'antenne transmet les signaux du satellite au sol at inversement. Power, the main power source for satellites. Command and Data Handling Unit. These units fully monitor the satellite and control the work, and receive commands, signals, from the ground for operation. Orientation and Stabilization Unit. These are sensors that monitor the position and direction of the satellite to ensure that it remains in its orbit in the correct direction. Thermal control unit. These units work to control the temperature of satellites and maintain it from the changes that accompany its flight. Transponders. These are process units that receive signals from the ground. These units are programmed via satellites and retransmit different frequencies from the ground. At the conclusion of a research on satellites, this entire field was opened by the Soviet Union in the 50s of the last century, which led to the entry into a new historical era. As usual, everything has its positive effects and its negative effects. The positive effects are our ability to predict changes that may occur in the weather, send television signals around the world and carry out space exploration, as well as monitor navigation movement and carry out searches and rescue. The negative side is the possibility of damage that may occur. It happens if satellites are used in wars and the mass destruction they may cause. We hope that the video has won your admiration, and we invite you to share it on YouTube and join our channel to encourage us to continue publishing the videos until the benefit prevails.